Hello, everybody. All right, so thank you guys so much for hopping on. So today we're just going to talk about how to get over the nose and charting and getting set up for your next promotion. So, whenever you hear no in your business, I feel like we get down. I'll be the first one to admit that. Like, I've been in for 2 years. I get told no every single day. Every day, so, when we hear no, we always get like a little discouraged or we're bothered or we're annoyed or, if we're trying to get an order to get a fast start and then so everyone's saying no, it's frustrating. So, recently I have been just like honestly getting over the nose and like nose, like, I mean, they used to bother me in the beginning and then like in the past year they haven't bothered me, but like now they're bothering me because I have been working harder. I have been working more and everyone's just saying no, or lately, or at least a couple weeks ago for me. So I came up with like a couple of things that I think are so important, especially for, newbies to know, or maybe you've been in for a while and you need to just hear this. Um, the first thing is that not everyone you talk to is going to be interested. And that's okay. Like if everyone we talk to was interested, you would only hear yes. You would never hear no. And honestly, that's so unrealistic. Imagine every single person that you talk to said yes. Every single one. Nobody said no. That's just like so unrealistic because there's so many different people in this world and everybody is different and everyone likes different things. Sometimes people like their jobs and they don't need extra money, or they're comfortable and they don't want anything else, or maybe they're just not into health and wellness, or maybe they don't need to lose weight, or maybe they already have a skincare um products that they like. You just don't know. Like it's okay if like you get the no's if they're genuinely not interested, because that's normal in any business, anything in the world. Um, the second thing is every time you get a no, it really just means not right now. And like when you get a no, like when I get a no, I always say like, okay, like no worries. If you ever change your mind, you can always get my 40% off discount just for following me. So like that gives them an incentive to keep following me if they do ever change their mind. And then they keep following me. They keep seeing my journey, what this business is doing for me, as well as, the products, me using them, me getting my own results, me posting other people's results, me talking about the products like all the time. And they always keep watching and they always come back every single time. I can't tell you how many times, maybe like 6 months ago, where like people told me no, and then they keep watching me. And then they come back and be like, hey, like, I know I said I wasn't interested before, but I've been seeing you post a lot about the keto coffee and I'm genuinely interested. Here's my number. Can you give me more info? But like 6 months prior, they weren't ready. They weren't ready, or they weren't interested. And then she came back, or that person in particular came back, and she said she wanted more info. And it's just all about you guys being consistent and posting every single day, posting about this business, what you are doing, where you're going, where you want this business to take you, as well as posting on your story, you physically using the product, you being a product of the product. Like, you girls know that you see my story. The first thing you see every single morning is me making keto coffee and chocolate greens, because I'm obsessed and I drink them every day and I can't start my morning without them. I physically crave it in the morning. That is my breakfast. I'm not a breakfast person to begin with, but that is the only thing I have for breakfast. Like, I start my morning like that every single day, and I put it on my story, and I don't care if people think it's annoying. I don't care if people think it's repetitive. I don't care, because like I'm using it and it's changed my life, because I've lost 22 pounds alone with just keto coffee and greens, no working out. I did that a year ago now, which is crazy. But I post about it because I'm passionate about it, because I fell in love with these two products and now I use them daily, and now my family uses them. So it's like, if you're consistent and like those people that originally said no, they're going to keep watching you and they're going to be intrigued and they're going to come back. So just always remember that a no just really means not right now. Another thing I feel like, especially lately, because like I've been really trying to help you girls with, following up every single day with the people that you talked to the day before, and like, I'll be the first to say it, following up was annoying. It's annoying. And like, I'll be the first to admit it. I used to never do follow-ups because every time I did them, everyone would say no. And so I didn't do them. It wasn't consistent with them, right? And like, I'm sure you girls are like, I follow up all the time and they always say no, right? And then you don't do them for days because you get discouraged when they say no, right? Am I right? So what I've been really like, I finally have gotten into a system where like, I follow up every day. I don't care what the responses are. Like, I do it every single day because you never know. Like, if you say, for example, you have followed up with someone like 3 times to place an order, right? And like, maybe you've sent them your link, or maybe they just stopped talking to you, or they stopped responding, and maybe like the 3rd follow-up, they didn't answer. But what if you followed up a 4th time and they finally ordered? Like, if you followed up a 4th time and they ordered, wouldn't you be happy that you followed up? And it's like, and if you don't follow up, you're missing out on the sale or signing up a new teammate. That's why it's so important to do it every single day. But here's the kicker. When you follow up and people say no, it's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. It is never you. It is always them. It is always them. You can't let it get to you. You can't take it personally. It has nothing to do with you. They don't have the money. They're not ready. And honestly, like, it's just not their time. And that's okay. Like, when it's their time, they will order from you. If you are consistent with following up, they will order from you or they will sign up on your team. And another thing is, life happens. Like, you have no idea what's going on in people's lives behind closed doors. You really don't. You think, like, you may think or maybe they've told you, but like, you do not know the full in-depth detail of what is going on in their life. You have no idea. So maybe that's why they didn't respond. Or maybe they're so embarrassed that they don't have money that they don't want to respond. Or maybe they're not ready and they don't know how to tell you, so they just leave you on red. Like, you just don't know the reason why people say no, or you don't know the reason why they leave you on red. You don't know. But just know it's not your fault. Following up is part of your job. Following up is part of how we make money, to get customers, to get distributors. That is part of our daily routine every single day. So don't ever think that it's your fault. Don't ever think that you're doing something wrong by following up, because you're not. And when people say no, just don't let it bother you. You can't, because you know it's not your fault. And the last thing is that if you follow up and you're only depending on follow-ups to get you customers or distributors, you're not talking to enough people. Like, you're not talking to enough people. Because I can't tell you how many times I have followed up every single day, or when people tell me to text them, be like, okay, I'll be ready in 2 weeks, like, text me then. And then I'm like, oh, lit, I'm going to get it. I'll see you 2 weeks from now. Let's go. And then I follow up with them and they don't order. You can never depend on them saying when they're going to order, because like, you just don't know, again, what happens in their life. You don't know. Is it important that you still follow up with them when they tell you to follow up with them? Yes. But don't be mad or don't get upset when it doesn't happen. Just know and understand it is not you. It's not about you or anything. It's about them. It's all them. So you can't blame yourself. You can't get mad or anything. And if you're truly only following up with people, say, for example, like, you didn't message at all today. Say, for example, that you did, right? You didn't message at all. but you only depended on follow-ups, and then you didn't get an order. Then you're mad, and then you're upset, and then you're discouraged, and then you're like, what the heck? And then you kind of go in this like cycle, and you're like, oh, I'm just not going to work. I give up. Ugh, whatever. But it's just like, you did that to yourself because you didn't message more people. Like I said, not everyone's going to be interested. It's not everyone's time all at the same time. Not everyone is going to say yes every single day. So, and a really good example of that is like, think about Target, okay? Everyone loves Target, right? Target, think about how many freaking emails you get from Target. I get at least 4 a day. 4. Do I open the emails? Nope. Do I read the little headline? Yep. But do I open the email? Nope. Do I respond to the email? Nope. Do they still follow up with me every single day? Yep. But it's like, even though I'm not responding or I'm not going to Target because they have a really bomb sale, like I may be in a bind with like finances or something and I can't go to Target with the sale. I can't do it. Or maybe I'm on vacation and I can't go to Target. But it's like, because I said no and I didn't go to Target, is Target going to get upset? No, they're going to go find other people that are going to want to go to Target, take advantage of the sale, and buy their stuff. They're not going to say no. They're not going to throw a pity party. They're going to just be like, okay, she's not interested. Cool. Thank you. Next. They're going to just keep going and find other people that want whatever they have to offer. And that's what you girls need to do with your business. You can't always depend on follow-up. So you always have to talk to new people. That's what we get paid to do, guys. We just share the products. We share our life. We share our journey with this business. And we talk to people about the opportunity and the products. That's it. That's it. That's all we do. So it's like when you like maybe, so say for example, you really wanted to get a sale today and it didn't happen. Okay. Backtrack. What did you do today? Did you message? Did you follow? Did you post? Did you follow up? Did you post on your story? Did you do those 5 things? Did you self-develop? 6 things. Sorry. Did you do those things? And if you did those things, then pat yourself on the back because you literally did the necessities to work your business every day. If you didn't, then you know why, or you know what you need to work on for the next day. So, oh my God, I lost my train of thought. Wait. Oh my God, it just like flew out of my brain. What was I talking about? Did you work today? Did you do the things, right? Oh my God, where was I going with that? I don't know. It's gone. Well, anyway, ask yourself, like, did you work today? And if you didn't, then like, this is going to be like, sound like super mean, but like, don't complain. Don't complain that you didn't get a sale if you didn't do the things to get the sale. You know, if you're lazy and sitting around and waiting for people to respond to you from follow-ups or DMs, but instead of you just like waiting around, you could have been messaging even more people, then don't complain. If you lazy, that ain't gonna happen. I'll be the first one to tell you that. But it's like, and I'm not saying you have to do it works all day long. I'm not saying that. I know you guys have lives. I know you guys have school. I know you guys have work or families or whatever you have. I know everyone has a life. I'm not saying you have to do this I'm not saying you have to do this all day, every single day. You don't have to do that. That's not what this business is about. It's about fitting it in when you can. When you have an hour lunch break, go do your follow-ups on the hour lunch break. And then when you get out of work, maybe you'll have a bunch of messages that people want to order. Or, you know, if you have a wicked busy schedule, like literally wake up an hour earlier and go to bed an hour later. That is what I did when I was in school because I was like, boom, 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 boom during the day. I did not breathe. I barely had time to eat. I couldn't do anything during the day. So like before I would go to class or whatever, I would message, I would post my story, and I would do follow-ups. And then I would make my post the night before. So that way, like if I'm on my lunch break or whatever in the middle of the day, I just click post. And then at the end of the day, I follow throughout the day. Oops, excuse me. I message throughout the day, and then at night I follow, and then I make stories, and I make my caption for the next day. And it's just like repeat, repeat, repeat. You just have to find a system that works for you and your schedule. Anyway, so yeah, definitely don't get hung up on the no's. Don't get discouraged when people say no, and just know that like every no is one step closer to a yes, and that the people that want this and need this will come to you. They will come to you. Another thing is like you got to manifest it. Like you have to speak it out into existence. And manifesting basically means is that you have to like not only like believe it, but you have to say it. So it's like, I am gonna get a customer today. Like, and then just be like, all the people that I talk to are gonna order or whatever it is that whatever your goal is. Or just be like, this girl that I've been following up with for months is gonna order today. Or I'm gonna do all of my follow-ups and I'm gonna get 3 customers. Like you say that, and you have to not only say it, but you have to believe it when you say it. Like, and that's just all about like your confidence. That's like what I've learned with like self-development is that like if you truly believe in something, like I believe in this company with my whole entire heart and being and soul. Maybe you're new and you don't feel that yet, but you will. Keep saying it, keep working on yourself, keep doing self-development and manifesting anything that you want. Manifest like, you know, I remember like when I first started, like I did not have a lot of money when I first started. I didn't. I had a very slow start, but I kept saying like, I am diamond. I am diamond. I am diamond. I am diamond. Even though I wasn't a diamond yet, I kept saying it until I physically believed I was worthy of going diamond. Until I physically was a diamond. So I kept saying like, I am diamond. I deserve a $2,000 paycheck. Like I kept doing that. And like, honestly, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be diamond right now. I wouldn't have gone. I wouldn't have believed in myself. I wouldn't have done it. But if I let all the no's stop me, like, I don't know where I would be right now. So like, don't let the no's stop you. Don't let the naysayers stop you either. Anybody that judges you for doing this, shame on them. Because like, you did this for a reason. You did this for you. I always tell people that you did this for you and not anybody else. So whatever anybody else says, bye, Hitler, goodbye. I hate when people bring people down for doing something for themselves, because honestly, it's ridiculous. We should support and respect one another, you know? Okay, so we talked about following up. We talked about getting used to the no's and getting over them. Does anybody have like any questions? If you have questions, just drop them in the chat and I will answer them later. So now I'm going to go over charting and getting set up for promotions. So the first promotion that you guys will want to have is Ruby. Oops, sorry. Hold on. I'm going to show you this on my iPad. So the first thing that you want to do is Ruby. And I think for the people that are on right now, all of you girls are shooting for Ruby. So this is like really, really important. So pay attention. So for Ruby, in order to, I guess, get set up to go Ruby, you have to have 3 team members on your team. Now, before you guys freak out, don't. I'm going to show you. It's very, very easy. I think you guys should be able, yeah, you can see it. Okay. So see where it says you, and then there's like 3 boxes under you? Those are your 3 distributors, right? So say this is like, I don't know, Anne, Marie, and Elizabeth, 3 most common names on this planet. Anne, Marie, and Elizabeth, okay? They're all on your team, right? And so under each box, it says qualified leg, which means that they are eligible to like get more distributors like under them, but it also means that they have to be filled to 400 BV each, at least. So say, for example, you know, Anne's at 400, Marie's at 400, and Elizabeth's at 400. That's 4, 8, that's 1200 in volume, right? In order to go Ruby, it says it right there. Right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. It says that you need a minimum of 2000 GV. So meaning you. So like you have to have 2000 GV. GV is group volume. So group volume, the way that I remember it is group volume is literally anybody under you. Anybody. Any of your teammates under you that have volume. So like say for example, you know, Anne has 400 BV under her for her customers and her distributors. Then Marie has 400 and Elizabeth has 400. 400, 800, 1200. That means that your GV, if these girls have 400 each, that means you have 1200 GV under you, right? But you're like, okay, well, if all of them have to be at 400 and that only equals 1200, how the heck am I going to go Ruby if I need 2000? So here is another way that you can do it. Say, for example, all these girls are filled to 400. Lit. Awesome. Bomb. Okay? So say for another example is that you only have 3 girls on your team. Only 3, right? You can fill them to over 400 or they could fill themselves. So like say for example, you know, I don't know, Anne has 500 and Marie has 600 and Elizabeth has 800. I can't do math. 800 plus 600 is 1400 plus, what did I say this one was? 600? 600, whatever. If they're over like however many amount and they equal 2000 or more, you're Ruby. Done. It's so easy. So it's like if it's confusing, guys, drop comments in this chat. Like seriously, this is so important. If you have questions or you're confused, just type it in the chat. So let's do it this way. Say this, each girl has 800, right? 800, 800, 800. 8, 16, 24. That means that these girls, averaging all between them, they have 2400 in volume, which means your GB is 2400. That's over 2000. You're commission qualified, you're Ruby. Done. Now, I'm going to blow your mind again. If you can go Ruby, you can go Emerald, you can go Diamond, you can go Double Diamond, you can go Triple Diamond, Prez, Ambassador, and above. All you need to know is how to go Ruby. Now, you're probably like, okay, but Ruby's not the same as Emerald. Let me show you. So, Emerald, after Ruby comes Emerald. Ruby makes around like $500 a month. Emerald makes around like $950 to $1,000 a month, okay? So, an Emerald basically means you have 2 rubies on your team. So that means, so Ruby is, one Ruby has to have 3 people under them, right? So you have 1 Ruby here, 3 people. 1 Ruby here, 3 people, right? A Ruby and a Ruby. That's all you need to know for Emerald, and it shows it right here. So see how the 2 red boxes say Ruby? Those are where you're going to put the distributors on your team that are going Ruby. So say, for example, you know, this is Anne, and this is Elizabeth, and this is Marie. She doesn't have any team members, so we're going to put her in a 400 box. She's just going to chill right there. But that's okay. It still helps you. So Anne and Marie are Rubies, right? And they have 3 team members each, okay? So now we know a Ruby has to have 2000 in volume, right? So that means Anne has to have 2000 and Marie has to have 2000, right? Is everyone with me? Okay. So then the qualified leg, they just have to have 400. You fill in 400, all good, all set. So now that we know that they have to have 2000 and all of these boxes have to be filled to 400, which should, or 400 or more, I should say. This girl will have 2,000, this girl will have 2,000, and this will be 400, right? So you add it up. So a ruby plus a ruby is 4,000 in volume, right? And then a 400 box is just 400. So that's 4,400. In order to go emerald, you need 5,000 in volume, 5,000. So like I said, you can fill these boxes to over 400. So say, for example, like maybe Anne, maybe she has 3,000 in volume. Maybe Marie has like 2,000 in volume. And then maybe this box has 1,000, like whatever, however the numbers work, as long as these boxes are filled to over 400, and this box is filled at least to 400, these girls are ruby with 2,000, and you have at least 5,000 GV, you're emerald. That's it. So here's another way though. Say for example, this whole leg is filled, right? For like 800, I'm just going to give 800 for an example. 800, 800, 800, 800, 800, 800, 500, whatever. And like say you're at like, I don't know, 4,500. And you're like, okay, I need 500 more BV to go emerald. Say for example, this chart, there's people on your chart, but you have more people on your team. They're just not on this chart. If you have other volume coming from other places on your team, that counts towards your promotion. So say, for example, this whole leg only has like the 4,400 that it physically needs, but you have 600 in volume coming from a brand new distributor you just signed up, but they're not on this chart. That counts towards your promotion, towards that 5,000 that you need. Again, if you guys have questions, just please ask. And that's basically emerald. And then diamond is basically one emerald and one ruby. We already know how to go ruby, right? We know how to go emerald. So now you just put emerald and a ruby together, and that's a diamond. So I don't want this to overwhelm you guys. I just want to show you guys. So this is a diamond chart. A diamond makes an average of $2,000 a month. Going to, if this picture would just freaking cooperate. Okay. This is a diamond chart. So say Anne is going emerald and Marie is still a diamond and Elizabeth is just chilling up here. Okay, say for example, right? So Anne, she has a big team, right? She's going emerald. She's got 2 rubies on her team now, right? Then Marie, she's just maintaining. She's still a ruby. She's still killing it, still making $500 a month. And then Elizabeth is just chilling. She's just, making a whatever amount of paycheck she's making, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then you're at the top. In order to go diamond, you need, I think it's 8,000. Is it 8? Yes, it's 8,000 GV to go diamond, okay? Now again, we know a ruby is 2,000 in volume, right? And we know an emerald is 5,000 in volume, right? So you've got 2,000 to, actually, let's do it this way. This emerald leg is 5,000, right? This whole thing is 5,000, right? Is that right? Yes, 5,000. Then you've got this leg over here, which is a ruby. That's 2,000. Hello. So 5,000 plus 2,000 is 7,000, right? But if these boxes are over 400, and if each ruby is over 2,000, you're diamond. It's so easy, guys. Like, everyone thinks that charting is so hard, and like everyone thinks that like filling the boxes is so hard, but it's really all about just training your distributors what you do every day. I do that with you guys, and then you guys have to do it with your team. So like, teach them what you do. We post, we message, we follow up, we post in our stories, and we self-develop every day. And that's what you teach your teams. I taught you how to do that, so now you have to teach them how to do that. And charting, it's a learning thing. Like, the more that you get familiar with charting, the more you'll understand it, and the easier it will be for you to physically see, like, oh my God, I am so close to my promotion. I'm so close. I'm so close. And then that just like fires you up, and then you just keep going. I don't think there's any questions in the chat, but basically that's pretty much it for charting or knowing how to chart. And you know, charting, it can be sometimes confusing. I'm not saying charting is, all rainbows and butterflies and unicorns, because it's not. But like, will you have to like rechart? Will you have to just physically find the right people to run with you in your promotion? Yes. I've been a diamond for a year. I've been charted double since last summer, but I haven't found my people yet. Like, I'm in a much better spot now, but like, I couldn't go double 6 months ago. I couldn't, because I didn't have an emerald leader. I didn't have a diamond leader, because in order to go double, you need a diamond and an emerald. I didn't have someone to go diamond. I didn't have someone to go emerald. So like, I physically couldn't promote or go after my rank because I just didn't have the right people. You want to keep working with the people that work. I will say that again. Work with the people that work. Don't put someone on your chart if they're not doing something. Or I should rephrase that. Don't put someone in a promotion spot, so like a ruby spot or an emerald spot, if they don't work. You want a strong chart. You want the people that are promoting to go with you. You want those girls to be leaders on your team. You want those girls to lead from the front. You want those girls to have the same mindset and goals as you. Okay, we're going to get LCs and DTs today, and we're going to promote by the end of the month. Like, you want that. You don't want people that make excuses, that are lazy, that don't work, or half-ass it. Excuse my language. You don't want those people in promotion spots. You want the people that are genuinely ready to promote, that want this, that need this, that work hard, that literally put their all into this business. I will literally say that because I learned the hard way. And I promoted people, or I helped promote people that didn't want it, And it was hard because then I had to start over. But did I learn from it? Yeah. Is charting, like I said, rainbows and butterflies and unicorns? No. But it's super important to know and go through it and just know that all the work and all the training that you're doing for yourself and for your team is worth it for where you're going to go. If you guys, like, if someone told me that I would be a diamond right now, like 3 years ago, I'd be like, you're funny. Like, no way. Like, I would have never pictured myself making a $2,000 paycheck. Like, no. That would, like, if someone told me that physically 2-3 years ago, I would have been like, you're lying and you're full of crap. Like, but it's just like, I worked hard to get where I am now. And I really am training you guys to literally do the same thing, to work hard for yourselves and your dreams and your goals, because they're worth it. They're worth it, and you're worth it. And everything that you want, you deserve. Everything you want. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be stress-free. You deserve that paycheck you've always wanted. You deserve not going to a 9-to-5. You deserve not killing yourself to go to work. Like, you deserve such a better life. Like, you deserve that. And you guys need to know that. So, is this business work? Yup. But is every other job in the planet work? Yes. This business is no different. This business just gives you a lot more freedom, a lot more time, makes you have a lot more fun, and it pays you way better than any other job will. So that's all I have to say about charting and getting over the nose and helping your team and training your team and just starting. That's pretty much it. So thanks for hopping on, and I'll see you guys